Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a rundown of all the new perfumes that have just come out in the past couple of weeks. We had a flurry of new perfume releases back in February with Valentine's Day, and now in March a whole bunch of new perfumes have come out, with Mother's Day being in the UK in March, and I guess getting ready for Mother's Day in America as well in May. So I'm going to be taking you through all the new releases, explaining the difference between them, what they all smell like, giving you my review whether I approve of them or not, and letting you know what I think. If you're new here, then hello, welcome. We're all about perfumes. I have literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other videos all about perfumes. I'll leave down below the links to like the February and the January release videos. I also have done like detailed dedicated videos about all of these different perfumes and comparing them to other versions of them that were already out. And if you are a regular but you haven't subscribed yet, then do hit that red subscribe button, show your support, and get involved in the comments down below. And as always, I will leave links where you can buy these perfumes in UK, Europe, USA down below in the description box. So I think I'm going to start with the new release from Marc Jacobs, which is their Daisy Oh So Intense. So of course you're probably familiar with Marc Jacobs Daisy. Looks just like this, except it's like a transparent coloured bottle with a yellow liquid, and it's a very light, fresh, everyday smell, which is really successful and popular. There are a million different versions of it, like summer versions, and now this one that's come out, Oh So Intense, is a different smell. It's not just the same original smell but made stronger, more intense. It is different ingredients. It does still have the same Daisy DNA, which is a light, fresh floral, but it's much warmer. It has strawberries in here, so it's quite fruity sweet. And it also has honey in here, I guess hence this kind of golden colour. It's very honey coloured. So it comes across as a little bit more grown up, a little bit more serious, a bit sweeter than original Daisy. It's still not super heavy or super intense. The Daisy range, all of them aren't super heavy, but this is more similar to the sweetness that you get in Daisy Love, the one with just the one big flower on it. I definitely prefer this to the original because it's stronger, because it lasts better. And I do like the fruitiness, the strawberryness. I think it's just a bit more interesting, a bit more complex than the original. I think if you do like the original or any of the other Marc Jacobs Daisy ones, you'll probably like this. And I definitely would recommend it over the original, just purely because of the strength, not just because I prefer the smell. But it's definitely nice. Like, I think it is approved by me. It is Soki approved. It is quite pricey, quite expensive, given that it's not super heavy or super amazing for lasting, but it is a cute bottle and it is a cute smell. So next we have a new one from the Mon Guerlain range of perfumes. I think this is about their 8th different version of Mon Guerlain they've brought out, and they all look exactly the same. They just have slightly different colour metal bands here and slightly different colour liquids, but they are very similar in the way they look. And to be honest with you, they're all quite similar in the way they smell as well. So Mon Guerlain is a lavender floral, quite a classy smell. I think it's a little bit of an old-fashioned smell with the lavender, a bit aromatic. So I don't love it. I don't wear it myself. I loved I didn't love, but I liked the version that they brought out last year, Bloom of Rose, which was citrusy and a bit fresher and sparklingy. It was lovely for spring. So this year they brought out this sparkling bouquet. I think the first thing to note is that I think the name is very similar, and all the branding very similar to Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet, which is one of my favourite smells, one of my favourite perfumes. So I think it's a little bit of a copy. It also has peony in, which is just like Blooming Bouquet, so a little bit of a copy. I was just a bit disappointed though, because the peony doesn't really come through as strong as I would like. I love peonies, but in here the lavender is still really dominating. There's also the jasmine and the vanilla, which we get in the other versions of this. So unfortunately, it doesn't come across as a sparkling bouquet. It comes across as a lavender bouquet, just like the other versions of this. So for me personally, I don't think this version really adds anything to the range. It doesn't smell really different to the other versions. I think if you want this smell, you'd be better off getting the original, because the original is a bit stronger than this, or even better, the intense version. But if you want something fresher for spring, I'd say still get the Bloom of Rose version, because I think that one does smell different. It's more fresher, citrusy. Obviously it has that rosiness in, which the original doesn't really have. So for me, this is a bit of a flop. Like, I don't recommend it, because I just think it's so similar to the originals. Like, it's just not necessary, and considering these are expensive perfumes, for me this is just not needed at all, I'm afraid. So another new release which is perfect for springtime is the new Estee Lauder Beautiful Magnolia. So Estee Lauder Beautiful is one of their classic perfumes. It's quite a heavy floral, but more recently they've been coming out with these new versions, and Beautiful Magnolia that just came out is definitely my favorite probably from Estee Lauder, except for the Modern Muse range, which I do really like. This is what a pretty feminine spring scent should smell like, in my opinion. It's super fresh. It does have that fresh cut flower smell, like walking into a flower shop in the springtime, smelling all that fresh greenness. See, I have my tulips here. Magnolia is a lovely, fresh springtime smell. It also has lotus in here, lotus flower, which I love, because lotus flower has this aquatic nature to it. You know, you think about lotus, it grows in, you know, like a watery environment. So it has that very fresh wateriness to it, which is what I want in springtime. And then we have the magnolia, the gardenia, and it just feels like a modern floral, a fresh floral. I'd say this is a perfect like wedding day scent, that kind of just innocent, feminine, but in a very modern way. It is quite similar to Blooming Bouquet from Miss Dior, though that one is, you know, obviously about the peony, but it's of that same vein, that same category of aquatic-y, fresh floral. So I do really like it. I think it's a really good gift as well, because I don't really see how anyone could hate this smell. You know, people might be indifferent to it, but you couldn't really hate it. It's just a fresh floral. So you could buy this for a 16-year-old, a 60-year-old, 100-year-old. I think it would work fine. You know, any different personality. It's just a nice, fresh, pretty fragrance, very universal. So I really rate it from that perspective as well. So this one definitely is Soki approved. Next, we have the new release from Narciso Rodriguez for her called Musk Noir. Now, if you're a regular here, you'll know that I love Narciso Rodriguez for her. It's a perfect, clean, musky smell. I really smell it on other people who wear it. It really sticks around, stays on them all day. I can really smell it on people, so I really rate it for being strong and great for lasting, and therefore good value for money. This one is strong and good for lasting, just like the others in the range. However, I think this one was a bit of an anticlimax for me, because I saw that they'd added plum to it, and I love plum, but actually plum isn't really the main note here. It's definitely underplayed compared to how I would have put it in. Instead, heliotrope really takes over, and heliotrope is not a fragrance that I love. It's quite musky. I find it a bit old-fashioned. I don't love it. So this one becomes, in my view, more of that old-fashioned powdery puff musky smell, rather than the clean modern muskiness of the original Narciso Rodriguez for her. And the plum is just lost. So this was a bit of a disappointment for me, I'm afraid. I think if you do like those heavier musky smells, like some of the ones in the square bottles, like the Rouge and the Ambre, you might actually like this, but don't think that this is similar to the other ones in the For Her range that come in these same rectangular bottles. It isn't, it's quite different. And it is a shame, and I would love for them to make a Narciso Rodriguez for her with fruity notes added that you can actually smell, because I think that would just be perfect combination and really different, nothing else like it. So yeah, this one for me personally is not to my taste, so I don't really like it. I think it does still have my approval in the sense that it's good for lasting, it's strong, and if you like heliotrope, then this is going to be amazing for you. It's just not to my personal taste. Next, we have a new one from YSL in their Libre range of perfumes, the one with Dua Lipa as the face of the fragrance. This is the third one. We have the original Eau de Parfum, we have the Intense, and now we have the Eau de Toilette. And I feel very smug about this because when they brought out the Intense last year, I think I said in that video, I bet the next one's an Eau de Toilette, and I was right. So there we go. Maybe I should be coming up with the new versions rather than just reviewing them, but there we go. So this is of course a lighter version of the original, which is a lavender perfume with jasmine-y florals in. The Intense one had a really warm vanilla and tonka bean in, which was really nice. This new one, the lavender's pared down here. So personally, like I said, I don't love lavender. So for me, this is my favorite in the range. It has at first a really fresh mandarin, bergamot, like fresh citrus. And then you have loads of orange blossom. Orange blossom I absolutely love. It's a really good for lasting, almost tropical floral smell. And it mixes with some jasmine here. So you get this orangey flower, which is super fresh, super feminine, little bit of vanilla there that you can kind of smell, but it's very much in the background. And what I really liked about this is the lasting power was good. Eau de Toilettes are much weaker than Eau de Parfums and sometimes are really lame at performing, and brands bring out Eau de Toilette versions and it's always just such a disappointment because they don't last and it's kind of pointless. This one does last. I could still smell it on myself a few hours later. It smelled really nice. The orange blossom stuck around. I love orange blossom because it does really stay around. So I think if you're looking for a fresh feminine floral and you like that orangey scent, then this would be great for spring, summer. It's fresh, it's uplifting, it's pretty, and it sticks around. I mean, it is still an Eau de Toilette, so you are going to need to keep topping it up throughout the day, for sure. Or perhaps you could wear this with original or Intense, you know, use it to mix and layer to make it a bit more spring, summer, a bit more daytime. Of course it would work really well, but I do like it. It's definitely Soki approved because it's a really pretty smell and decent for lasting given it's an Eau de Toilette. Next we have a new one from Paco Rabanne in their Olympea range. So the Olympea range of perfumes are really known for being this salty vanilla, like in the desert, it's really hot, the smell of like sweat, salty sweat on your skin, I guess, and this heavy vanilla. And Legend from that range, the original Eau de Parfum, sell really well because they last, they stick around. This new version, Olympea Blossom, is totally different to the others in the range. As you can see, it has this pink liquid in. It has these like flowers printed on it, which I personally don't like. I think it looks a bit tacky. I was excited for this because I saw it had blackcurrant in the ingredients, but unfortunately can't really smell the blackcurrant. Instead, what this is a really light kind of fresh pear rose. It's really boring. It's really generic. I think it's a really lame attempt at a new release perfume. It doesn't have any of the iconic Olympia notes in it, like the vanilla and the saltiness. Like they're supposed to be in here, but you don't get them. Instead, you just get this weak, flowery smell, as if it's like a body spray, you know, from the drugstore. It says it's an Eau de Parfum. It definitely doesn't perform like one. It performs like an Eau de Toilette, and a weak one at that. I really do not recommend this. I think it's so lame, and there are a million other perfumes out there which are better than this. So I'm afraid I am really disappointed in this new release. I'm sorry, Paco Rabanne. And lastly, we have 3 new ones from the Clinique My Happy range. These are these cute little perfumes. They are about £19, £16 each. They have, I think, 6 already, and now they have these 3 new ones. And I describe them as like little bursts of happiness that would sort of go in your handbag. They're very like, they're an oval shape, very convenient shape. They don't come bigger than this. You're also supposed to be able to like layer them, mix them around. These 3 new ones are nice. They have this cookies and kisses version, which I think is very unusual. It smells like those, you know, baked cookies, Christmassy, like a Christmas candle type smell. Quite sweet, like a Yankee Candle. And then it also has a bit of a fresh, like fur, like a Christmas tree in there. I think this would be lovely for cold weather, warm, by the fireplace. We then have Baby Bouquet, which is kind of like a fresh floral. I thought it was going to be like a baby powder smell from the name and the pink color. It's not, it's floral. And then Indigo Mist, which is a nice, I don't know, like for a very hot weather, I think. I'll leave the link to my detailed review of them, but they're just cute. So I think they're just nice little additions, and the lasting power of them was quite good. They're eau de parfums, which you don't expect from something that looks like this, that's small. So they did last, and I think they're nice little cute gifts and fun to play around with. Cool, so that's my rundown of all the new releases. Let me know if you've tried any of these. What do you think of them? Let me know in the comments down below. But that's it, guys. So thanks so much for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.